good morning, Helen, Authentic Discovery. It's Wednesday, the 15th of April. I'm not long woke. This is my midweek musings, and my lamp behind me. I call it my cat in the hat lamp, but I actually look like the cat in the hat now because of the lamp, which I think is quite funny. So that's elevated my spirit somewhat because I'm very perplexed with an experience that I had during the night. I woke in the middle of the night, and my wall to the left, my windows in front of me. I saw something like on the TV when you've just got loads of different things come up all on the screen in little boxes. It's like and it was almost like watching. They say that your life flashes before you when you die. It was like watching everything I'd ever watched flash before me in quite an ordered way on the wall. And because I've had experiences since I was young, actually, of waking up and seeing various things, I thought, okay, let's rub your eyes. Is it shadows? Is it light? I checked out whether there was anything coming in through the window. I checked whether my husband's phone was on and maybe that was projecting, but there was absolutely nothing, and it didn't dissipate. It continued, and I went up and down the wall and whatever. So it's kind of perplexed me a little bit as to what. I don't doubt for one second that there was some sort of unconscious thing going on, but it was on my wall. It wasn't in front of my eyes. Um, because when I moved my eyes to the different various places to check what was happening, it remained, it remained on the wall, which is just really freaky deaky for me. Um, Coupled with some of the stuff that's gone on recently, like I did an oracle reading, an angel reading for myself the other day, and spiritual understanding came. I was looking, and I thought, and that came, and then it came again, so it was very, very prominent that signs and symbols and things were going to be presented to me, and I need to become aware of those for spirit. So this. I'm aware also that I watched a movie, a documentary before I went to sleep, called oh gosh, it's completely gone. And I haven't even got my phone to check what it was that I watched. I can't remember the title, but it's just been released. This documentary, you can find it online. I'll post a link below, just about how Hollywood and the media, etc., have been brainwashing us basically all of our lives. It's called television. We go to channels on the television, and the different, anyway, all of that. So I wondered whether, I'm not going to deny that these things might have been, but it was very different. This was. So I'm a bit perplexed this morning. So my midweek musings have been kind of started with that, and but so yeah. So this week, oh, blimey, has seen a lot of, not a lot, a couple of my social media posts taken down. Um, Anything that has questioned current circumstances and is there any possible links between different and various things. I don't want to actually say them because I don't want this taken down, which I don't like, because obviously that's an infringement of my freedom of speech, because it is getting to the point where there's London Real TV has been totally taken off all of his platforms. I suggest you go and have a look at some of the stuff that he does. He talks to different people about different things. I watched an interview with him, the one that actually got him taken down. Um, so go and check out London TV. The Brian Rose, I believe, is his name. Um, and that raised lots of questions and also cemented some stuff that I've been thinking about life and what's going on right now. Um, my I am really kind of scattered in my musings. I'm glad I've called this musings because I am quite scattered. So there's I also put a call out for raindrops. Bishop Desmond Tutu, when speaking, when answering a question on in a British newspaper years and years ago, it was not long after apartheid had finally fallen. And I remember I was always ridiculed, still am a lot, for not purchasing from certain places, for imposing my own sanctions, I suppose, on companies that that are unscrupulous. Nestle's one. I still don't engage in Nestle, but the stuff that they do around the globe and have done is downright evil. I'll call it evil. And they now own like they're 2/3 of the food market, if not more, by this point. Um, so a woman, it was a woman, asked, did her not purchasing from certain places, did her not supporting certain businesses and organisation make a difference? And I really, the question obviously resonated with me because I had been ridiculed. People were like, oh, you'll never be able to buy from here or do anything soon, the way that you don't support different things. And his response just has obviously stayed with me, and it's somehow something that I've described myself as, because he said, alone you are a raindrop, and then you become, more raindrops join, and you become a shower, you become a rainfall, a storm, a hurricane, etc., etc. And basically, a single raindrop grows. There's very rarely. I wrote a blog post on it, so you can find my blog if you go to my website. You can get my blog or WordPress. There's links on my Instagram. There's links all over the place to everything I do, and I say the same kind of very consistent in what I'm saying most of the time. A bit like, oh gosh, do I really want to use the analogy of the Sun and the Times? My language alters depending on which platform it is, but basically it's the same stuff. So yeah, I put our call out for other raindrops who were concerned about the erosion of our freedoms. Some of the laws that have been passed, I think I did mention this last week, some of the laws that have been passed are basically all the freedoms that have been fought for, freedom to speak, freedom to this, freedom to say no to things, have basically gone. I know it's been put down as all for our safety, and in our best interest, and for the greater good. You need to watch, what's it called? Fuzz. I think it's called Fuzz. Film with it's all just going. He was in Shaun of the Dead, and Paul. Huff is the name of the movie. It's a comedy. It's brilliant. It's a British comedy with some amazing British actors. Really well done. But they do it for the greater good. It's quite an interesting thing, which kind of links into the thing that I watched last night, which I can't remember. It was something Out of the Shadows, maybe. Telling us what was going on, what the media, Hollywood, the CIA, all sorts of things coming together to say that basically we've been brainwashed and desensitized. Now, my concern with this is I am aware. I'm not going to say I'm not aware. I am aware of what the media and films and everything else can do. They give us both. There is always truth in the lie. Always truth in the lie to make the lie more believable. So everything that you see, there's an element. There is truth there, and they have been, hiding in plain sight. So that's in my head. The erosion of our freedoms, the brainwashing of the people. It's all really good stuff, isn't it? I'm laughing, but it's so not funny. But the one that concerns me is the erosion of freedoms. So yeah, I put a call out for other raindrops. Please get in touch with me if you too are concerned about the fact that you are being ridiculed for asking questions, that you are being shut down for seeking information. Is the research that has been done on some of the technologies that are being put out right now is not good enough. The research that is there already identifies. There was another, I went onto the Anonymous site and watched a fabulous lecture given by a woman about mobile phones and technology and things. It was delivered in Australia or New Zealand years ago. about how that influences, because we are effectively electricity. I think we can all agree that, we fire, we spark, and we're electricity. So any alterations to the electromagnetic fields affects us. That's a fact. There's no quibbling about that. That's an actual fact. Now, how it affects us, who it affects, and the implications of that are for other radio frequencies. It is out there. It's, this is not conspiracy theory stuff. This is real science stuff. So you can go and check this stuff out yourself. What hasn't been done is the research on the new one that's coming along, which will only be quite low initially, and then it'll turn up. But anyway, so I want you to go and see and have a look. I want you to research. I really want, my thing for everything I'm doing is for you to go and find out for yourself and discern for yourself. I'm an advocate of meditation, prayer, um, um, seeking yourself. You know the truth. You can discern the truth. If something doesn't feel right, if it doesn't sound right, don't accept it. There's a phenomenal amount of us at the moment who are just accepting whatever we're being told. And I'm going to call them the masses. People use the term sheeple. Um, it's it has the potential to be extremely scary. And one of my biggest concerns, what's going on right now, is we are all effectively in lockdown. We're in a quarantine, self-imposed isolation, to flatten the curve. This isn't to eliminate any viruses. This is to flatten the curve so that our health services can cope. What I want to know is, why wasn't the money that has been found right now to increase people's, for those where the system is giving out more money to the on the dole and social welfare, why wasn't all of the money that has been found at the, because remember, I doubt whether any of your governments said they had any money to end homelessness, to end poverty. They all were saying they don't have the funds, but they have found a phenomenal amount of money to build field hospitals, called Nightingale hospitals, Florence Nightingale, based off Florence, but they are field hospitals. This is war hospitalisation they're creating. Why wasn't that money put into the health service to cope with the influx? So that's one of my questions, and apparently the money was not there. I'm getting a bit, anyway. So that's one of my questions. So we've got field hospitals going up. They're flattening the curve. They're extending the lockdowns. There is genuine talk. I haven't verified this one, that the Canadian Prime Minister actually said that the lockdown could happen until a vaccine is found. Does that mean we all have to have a vaccine? That's just one country. I also saw that Canada, I was delighted to see that Canada went out and protested against these lockdowns. But my concern with the lockdown, I'll get back to that, is that solitary confinement is the highest form of punishment that they do to people who are incarcerated in prison. We are all effectively in solitary confinement right now. So this is the highest form of punishment that they do into prisons. They're beautiful. I mean, this is a fabulous prison. I love my, in that case, I'm very safe within my prison. But I am aware that, for example, my own mother is at home alone. She can't get her internet working, so she's quite isolated. And she's not alone in that. There are lots of people, lots of our vulnerable, who are home alone. There are lots of people, and if you weren't vulnerable, there's a very good chance you'll become vulnerable because you are home alone. And your access is, if you are looking at the media, basically you're just fed fear and the same rhetoric running round in circles. Nobody seems to be asking any real questions. That Out of Shadows will answer that for you. What the media's not doing, what the media should do. So I have a real concern about the long-term implications on our mental health, on all of our mental health, how people are going to be incidences. This is traumatic. So, and not everyone's going to get a debrief surface. Then not everyone's going to have risk management implemented and be able to have that. So post-traumatic stress. So some of the implications of this stuff isn't going to be seen yet. It's still to come. And will there be money available for that? I doubt it. Traumatised children living in houses, vulnerable children whose probably only access to any sense of normality and being able to escape the horror that is their lives are in their homes with those traumatised people who are traumatising them further. My stomach is just going bananas at the long-term implications of what is going on right now with the lockdown. They're saying that this is the only way. This is a new virus. Nobody knows how it's dealing. Sweden are not dealing with it like this. They have only isolated the vulnerable. They've cocooned their vulnerable. The rest of their society is going out to work. What are they up to? What is, why is the world prepared to take such an economic hit? Only the big boys are going to survive this, or you're going to take lots of loans from the financial institutions to keep yourselves afloat, enslaving you to debt. So it sounds like all of this is quite doomy and gloomy for the future that I perceive, but it's not, because we still have the power to change it all, and we can raise our vibrations. We are, as I said, we're electrical energy sources, so collectively we can come together to do something. And there is an action required, that we do raise our vibration, that we do meditate, that we do pray, and that we do it collectively, that we organise ourselves collectively. I'm not sure whether the internet is going to be sufficient for this, because people are being shut down. They are sort of highlighting and questioning our freedoms. So once this is gone, what do we do? Once you don't have it anymore, what happens? So, I'm looking for people who know how to create radio, because I don't know how to create a radio. Maybe I should start researching. Um, I'm looking, we might have to go back to post. As somebody says to us yesterday, pigeons were far better. You just fed them some meal or corn, I think she said, and put your message on, and off they went. I'm not a pigeon fancier, so I need to learn about pigeons. Um, Things have changed over in the past. Without the use of the internet, we've become so reliant on it that it sort of blinds us. Our freedoms have been so eroded, and we've been made to feel that we can't make a difference anymore, which is not true. I truly believe in the difference that one person can make. History is filled with one person who makes a difference. Right now, there are some amazing people out there. There are amazing minds out there that have the answers. So yeah, my midweek musings. I'm not a doom and gloom person. I choose to believe that what I'm thinking about and what's being presented to me is real. Because the reality is that we are on lockdown. This is unprecedented. This has never happened before. We have been brainwashed and fed, drip fed fear for so long. They've been hiding in plain sight. That's a fact. There is an awakening happening. I believe in a higher consciousness, a higher force, the source, God, whatever term you want to call it. I'm not going to wait for him, to her, him, it, whatever. If you want to start beating me up on terminology, work away. I'm not interested. Genuinely not interested. I'm not. I don't believe that I've got to wait for them to. If you look at the Elohim, for them to or it to come and save me, because I'm created. I'm created. I'm here. We are here. We can save ourselves through that power that comes from that source. Um, you know, should we have another Moses? Oh, Lord have mercy, I would be delighted, in all fairness, because it kind of lets you off the hook. There's an element of not taking responsibility there. Um, I believe I'm blessed. I don't believe I'm blessed. I know I'm blessed. Every morning I wake up to the birds singing and the sun sort of rising over and hitting the trees, and it's just glorious. It's so glorious, so glorious. I'm surrounded by a loving family. Um, and but I have lots of concerns this week, as this has been extended. This lockdown has been extended. Why? And the party line is the one that you have to agree with, and it makes no sense whatsoever. because the sick are going to happen. Our bodies are going to be attacked, whether it be by virus or waves. We are going to be attacked. Those field hospitals are for war, and they are expecting numbers. It is apocalyptic. I didn't even say that word right, but you get what I mean. So how do we stay well in this? Number one, notice that sunrise wherever it's happening, or sunset. If you're north facing, you still can see the effects of it. If you can't get to it, try to get outdoors. Open your windows, get fresh air. If you're in a city, all of that pollution's not there so much, because there's not been many people about. So the air is fresher. Open your windows, get fresh air, exercise, drink plenty of water, rest, meditate, pray, raise your vibration, raise your consciousness, get to know you. Absolutely get to know you. Yesterday I did a blog post and I told people, use profanities, get up, put on some loud music, dance, move your body, shout, scream, paint, draw. Allow that energy that's all going, allow it out, get it out. If you want to do it with me, connect with me. I'm happy to work with you. I love the creative arts. That's what I trained in, ways of expressing yourself that, we're not kooks, we're not nut jobs here. We are people under extreme situations. Don't forget this solitary confinement stuff, but you are safe. You're safe at home right now. So relish that, connect, join people, get together with people. Come and have a conversation with me. I do you speak your truth conversations. Come and have a conversation with me. Let's elevate each other. But you have to be aware, and don't stop questioning. Don't stop asking what's going on. You might not get the answers, and don't let that questioning become so all encompassing that there's nothing else, there's no space for anything else, right? Because there's space for love, because love is actually the answer. Love is the highest vibration. If you sit and meditate on love, you will feel it emanate. It is a powerful vibration. Sit with love, be love, emanate love. Love those around you, forgive yourself, be kind. Oh my gosh, I can't emphasize enough. Don't beat yourself up that you never did this, you never did that. That's all in the past. There's nothing you can change. Don't beat yourself up with what if. I know I'll give a lot of doom and gloom, but it's not doom and gloom. It's just highlighting some of the things that are ruminating around in my head. There's no doom and gloom about it. It's possibilities, because I truly believe that all is possible. Everything is possible. Everything. And the possibilities within you are endless, absolutely endless. Get to know you, come into your core, ask what is true, what do you need, who are you, what do you want. On my website you can find a life balance workbook if you want to work through that, and we'll identify the things that you find that are important to you. Get to know yourself properly, put yourself on trial a little bit, get to know yourself, do that workbook. Get to the core of you, what is important to you. That changes, by the way. I'm sure what was important to you a month ago might not be so important to you right now. I am also have concerns about small businesses, because I do believe it's only the big boys that are going to continue. Hold on to your visions, hold on to your dreams. They carry a true and wonderful vibration also. Everything is possible. We can make this world the way that we want it. We need to be able to identify how we want it, and that means you getting truthful within yourself. Teach your children how to become one with who they are. That's really important. And I just send absolute love. Oh my gosh, my prayers, my hopes, my meditations, my dreams are that our entire globe elevates itself just to such a point that I can feel it in my hands, just radiating love, compassion, acceptance, all aspects of the self. Okay, all aspects of the self. not just the shiny nice bits, pull yourself out, get yourself out there, have a look, and embrace all of you, all of you, all of you, all of you, all of your beautiful, wonderful messiness. Do the work, it's worth it. Um, all of creation will thank you for it. That's my musings over for today. I know I've kind of gone lots of different places, and I do have concerns about our freedoms, our freedom of speech. Um, Please get in touch with me if anything what I say resonates with you, or for the freedom side, but also get in touch with me if you wish to, if you're finding it difficult right now. If this is proving a little bit much for you and you need an avenue to, I'm a therapist, I'm a creative arts therapist, cognitive behavioural therapist. I'm post-traumatic stress disorder management. I do offer support to people who have gone to worked in traumatic situations. This is real. This is the work that I do. I do workshops. I do all sorts. I'm a life coach. So once you start to heal and peel back the layers on what's been holding you back, we can then create a vision of your future. I am not only a practitioner in mindfulness and meditation. It's something I practice. I have weekly classes on a Thursday night. Join me. It's free right now. Everything's free. Well, not everything's free. My services are, or not all my services are free. But don't let money stop you. Please don't let money stop you if you find yourself struggling right now. Get in touch. Get in touch. I really want to support people in this world. I'm here to serve for my highest good and the highest good of the planet. So get in touch. Even if it's just to bounce off, you know. So, blessings, love, everything. Honestly, my heart to your heart. I have been so blessed in my life, and this is just, I have met the heart of people, and we're not so different in our hearts. Our life creates different, the way that we engage with the world differently. But we are beautiful. We are beautiful. We are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are beautiful. You are loved. I love you. I truly do. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. Oh my gosh, I've just got a flash of V for Vendetta. If you've ever seen that movie, one of my faves. And she does exactly that. She looks at you, she writes a letter. She goes, "I don't know you, but I love you." So know that you are loved. You are truly loved in this moment. You are loved as another sentient being, another being of creation on this planet. I love and adore you. I think you're amazing. I think your potential is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Peace. Be mindful. Be careful. Be grateful. Be kind. Yes. Oh gosh, I can't believe I never told you to just express your gratitude. Express your gratitude. Find the things that you're grateful for. It is a game changer. Honestly, every morning I can't believe how blessed I am and grateful I am to be able to wake up to hear the birds singing on my doorstep. Rise up this morning, smiled at the rising sun. Three little birds, I have more, beside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, saying, "This is my message to you. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry, it's gonna be alright." Blessed.